Hello, people. Bye-bye, people.
Well, hello, people. Bye-bye, folks. Good evening,
I need to do
everybody.
that because I may have to disappear.
Okay.
I can hear somebody outside and I may have to disappear.
Okay. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the last one before the break. It's been a busy old week. Good evening, Jason. Yeah, busy day today. And the good news is Rocky passed his MOT.
Oh, good. He's licensed for another year.
He's licensed for another year. He's as the vet says, for a dog of 14, he's got a damn good set of lungs. His ticker's doing well, and he can enjoy his rest of his days just doing what he wants.
Yeah, because he's got a little murmur, hasn't he?
He's got a heart murmur, and it hasn't changed, so that's one good thing.
Yeah,
He's been pruned this week, so he's had a good week.
He has, generally doing bugger all.
Yeah, Rocky's eating his treat at the moment, so there's a funny thing.
David is me, Jason.
Yeah,
it's confusing.
Yeah, he basically we had a new one that comes to the door, which is brilliant. And when he had finished, the young girl put him down, and he just turned his back on her and come hurtling down. Well, with a little swagger coming back in the thing, and she said he was so funny.
Oh, yes, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. Keep him quiet for all the 5 seconds. Now this one won't. It's quite a. It's not. He hasn't got no chicken feet left. So.
Oh.
Yes. I had to let Mum know that he's got no chicken feet, so she's going to get some for him this week.
All right. Evening, Mick. Evening, Pulsar. And
good evening, everybody that's just come in. Well, what's been happening this week on the channel? Well, I haven't done much. I'm going to be honest. I've done.
You've done bugger all.
I have.
Yeah. I mean, going through the numbers, I think you've listened about 1, 2, 3. You've listened about four or 6. Can't remember which
something
one.
like that. But we've had 14 new subscribers this week and 5,215 views, which isn't bad for a summer and a bank holiday weekend here in the UK. So what have you been watching? Well, coming in number 3, the delayed Greater Than 8 with Richard. And don't forget, me and Richard are not doing anything till the 21st of September is when we're back. And 118 people watched that. The Gap Band's still being watched at 122. But a perfect side, Are You Experienced? 497 people have watched it this week. So,
which made us go and look at the laundry list, and we suddenly realised, oh, whoops, we haven't got him on the list. So Jimi Hendrix has been added to the list.
And the top short last week was the UFO phenomenon, the one that's got Rock Bottom on and Doctor. 518 people watched that. That's pretty good. In the last 28 days, 74 new subscribers, 19,390 views. That's pretty good. Still hanging there at number 3, the Baddie LP at 337. The Gap Band, 374. But Are You Experience? A massive 1,052 people have watched that.
There you go. You see, class well out.
Yeah. Top short, of course. Jean-Michel Jarre, Living in Your Living Room, part 6. Still 1,227.
What? In the last 7 days?
In the last 28 days.
Oh, the last 20.
Right. Good. Still good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The big picture now. 429,570 views, and we have now got 2,009 subscribers. So thank you very much. I'll put a little video out this week, but yeah.
Well done.
Well, you get take some of the credit of that. So what's been going on? Well, we'll start at number 4 because there's always this little thank you. Going awkward. It needs all the help it needs today. Derek Riggs is at 4,163. Jethro Tull, 4,171.
8 folks. Ooh, 8.
8. So by the time I come back, Derek could be back at number 3. Thank you, Jason. Slade at 4,991.
Oh, they're heading for the $5,000 mark.
And Quo are marching towards 10,000. They're at 9,236.
A way to go, but yeah.
But Jean-Michel Jarre, in your living room, still the most watched short, now stands at 15,136.
It keeps going up. It's unbelievable.
It keeps dotting up things. As Dave said, I haven't listened to much this week. But I did finish John Anderson. And tomorrow I am going to review the new album, True. If you're a big Yes fan, you watch that tomorrow when it goes up, because I'm sure a lot of you have heard it. But yeah, I won't spoil that. And I've listened to finished listening to Bebop Deluxe, which is always a good lot of fun anyway. Ian Hunter, I've done 5 of the 13 now. Mountain 6 of the 8. 5 Finger Death Punch 5 of 9, and Argent 5 of 7, and that's yeah.
Finish that, and then we'll talk about what Zeb's just said.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I haven't listened to much this week. Yeah.
That one. €100 for a 2 CD and Blu-ray remixed.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that's 84 quid.
Yeah, I'd prefer to go and spend 84 quid at Tesco's.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got a limited edition stick of rock this week. Oh God. Come on then, Jason. What
did it say?
Oh. These jokes just get worse, don't they?
I know.
We encourage him. That's the worst thing. Anyway, that's me done.
Elliot Smith. All right.
That's me done for then. I'll tell you now what's happening next week.
Bugger all.
I'm going to put my feet up. So that's on next week. But do look out on, I think, next Thursday. There is a video, a short video to tell you what's on the week I come back. I've already done it. Yeah, I did it last Sunday. I knew what I was doing. I thought, I've got half an hour to kill before I do something else. I'll just recorded it.
Yeah.
I'm not coming on live next week. But there are going to be some shorts though, so look out for them. Yeah, they're quite fun ones. These are a bit different from what I normally do. They're still going up, but on the other days there are some little fun ones as well. So I'm going to say it's time for Hatches, Matches and Dispatches.
Yeah, which it's shorter this week because we've only got 7 dispatches, 18 hatches, and there's no matches. Nobody got married. Well, people did get married, but not that we're interested in. Anyway, so dispatches, notable deaths in music in the past week or so. I'm not sure if we mentioned him last week, so we're repeating just in case. On the 20th, Eric Barrett, American metalcore bassist with the band 100 Demons, his death was announced. The 21st, Ana Maria Siqueira Iorio. She's known by the stage name Diana. She's a Brazilian singer. Her fans gave her the nickname the Love Singer of Brazil. Also on the 21st, Russell Stone, an English singer with R&J Stone, husband and wife duo. 23rd, Darren Beck, American synth doom singer and keyboardist with Pinkish Black. Russell Malone, American jazz guitarist, and Catherine Ribeiro, French psychedelic rock singer. She was in the group Catherine Ribeiro and Alpes. I remember listening to their music a long, long time ago. And then sadly on the 27th, Richard McPhail. Now, a lot of you won't know or realise he was a musician. He was in a couple of bands, Anon and I can't remember the other one. But he's better known as the road manager for Genesis from 1969 to 73. And he also was on the 76 tour. He's credited as a sound friend in the liner notes on Foxtrot. And Genesis dedicated the first live album, Genesis Live, in 1973. It was dedicated to him. So he has passed. Anyway, that's all your dispatches. Birthdays, the Hatches. 31 today. English pop singer Liam Payne. He's with One Direction. As far as I'm concerned, they can keep going in that one direction. 44 today. Sorry about that. 44 today is David Desrosiers, Canadian rock bassist with the band Simple Plan. He was with them from 2000 to 2020. 49 today is Kyle Cook, American rock guitarist and banjo player with the group Matchbox 20. 52 today is Amanda Marshall, Canadian pop rock singer. And 56 today, and Iain had problems with this name this morning. I had to go and look it up to see how to pronounce it. So it's Michelle Andegeocello. She was born.
I nearly got it right. I nearly got it right.
You did. You were damn close. She was born Michelle Johnson. She's an American singer-songwriter. 57 today is Anton Alfred Newcomb, American singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, producer, and founder of the music group The Brian Jonestown Massacre. 58 today is Dan Truman, American country music singer with the group Diamond Rio. 61 today, Elizabeth Fraser. Do you remember her? She was the rock singer with Cocteau Twins. 63 today, Tony McAlpine, better known as T-Mac, an American musician and composer. 65 today is Sedania Reader. We know her as Eddie Reader, Scottish singer-songwriter with Fairground Attraction. Excuse me just a moment. 67 today is Pim Kotz, Dutch rock piano, organ and accordion player. 69 today is Diamanda Galas, a Greek-American pianist, singer and composer. 70 today, let's get it, is Julio Fernandez. He's a Cuban-American jazz guitarist. He's in Spyro Gyra. Do you remember that? Yes. He's been with them since 1984. He's coming up close on 40 years with that band. 71 today is Rick Downey, American rock drummer and vocalist with Blue Oyster Cult from 81 to 85. 76 is Anisette Koppel. She was born Anisette Hansen. She's a Danish avant-pop singer with Savage Rose. 79 today, and I caught Iain with this one. Chris Copping, British rock bassist and organist with Procol Harum from 69 to 77. 84 today is Benny Maupin, American jazz saxophonist, flute player, and bass clarinetist. He's played with Herbie Hancock, Miles Davis, Lee Morgan, just to name a few. And granddad today is 86-year-old Bobby Carcasses, Cuban jazz and Latin music singer, multi-instrumentalist, and band leader. As I said, no matches, there's no weddings, there's no divorces. There are some in history, but there's nothing that's sort of music related. So we decided we're having a week off. We're not doing anything next week. Let's finish with a 0. So that's your hatches, matches, dispatches. The talking point tonight is the opening gambit. Your favourite opening tracks of your favourite albums, or your not so favourite albums. I don't care. Usual max of 10 in any format: cassette, CD, DVD, Blu-ray, vinyl, whatever. And these, God, you had me going there. I was panicking. You weren't coming back.
Well, he had to go and inspect the bush, and
I thought so. You took your time, your lordship, didn't you?
Yeah. So here we go. We've been groomed.
Yeah.
So make the most of this because he doesn't last posh for long.
Hello, Rocky. Oh, Mick's had to go. He's had to go. Enjoy your vacation. Definitely earned the hardest working man on YouTube.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, thank you very much, Mick.
Yeah. Do Blue Oyster Cult fear the Reaper now? Yeah. Oh, yes. You're being talked at, Rocky.
Yeah.
Woof, I say. Woof. He and I had a conversation the other day, didn't we?
Oh, it was hilarious. Look, he knows there's some. What's that? Oh.
Was about pins and digging holes.
Trouble is, if he sits like this now, we all fall asleep.
Oh yeah! Oh God, yes. And then you'll get the occasional kick.
Yeah, he's got the paws on the arm.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
I'm going to put you on the floor. Don't look at me like that.
But you are my slave.
Yeah, I know. I know. You get me all. You get me for 6 days a week, all at night, didn't you?
Oh, he is comfy. He is comfy. Any chest will do.
Yeah. No, he doesn't want to go anywhere. Look. Until he say, I'm going to have to sit and. Yeah. He's a tart, isn't you? Yes. If I don't pay attention to him, he'll put his head up and go, wait, I'm here still.
No.
Oh, we've really gone now. He's got both his paws on my arm.
This is it. The head will go in a minute, and that's it. You're going to be stuck.
You know. Yeah, he actually was in the vets today, and he didn't. There was a cat in a cat box, and all he did was go over and sniff and wag his tail. Even
what?
Yeah, even the receptionist, she says, "My God, Rocky, you're chilled out in your old age."
Normally, he goes berserk at the sight of a cat.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't care now. You're getting restless now, aren't you? Where are you? No. Oh God.
Oh, he will. He won't.
Yes, he'll just sit there. Anyway, I better put up the link so people can come up as well. Hold on.
Yes, because now that's the thing. We do need to know tonight those who put entries into the rabbit hole. If you're in chat, let us know. If you're coming up, that's going to be fine. My dad's dog saw a cat in the post office. Left up the parcel counter.
They used to chase cats. Where I used to live, if there were any cats dead and come in our garden, God.
No, God, no. Do you remember the one that walked along the wall?
Oh, yeah. Didn't last long. It's when him and Marley were terrible.
Oh, Marley went along like a bloody rubber ball, bouncing up and down. Yap, yap, yap. Rocky's going along. Yap, 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 yap.
He used to chase squirrels as well, which was quite amusing. But then,
the squirrels took one look sort of up the tree. Now what are you going to do?
But now he's allowed to chill out now. He says he's got a lovely coat, and they always can tell if the owner looks after their dogs.
Oh God, yes.
You get spoiled rotten. You're getting when you want to get down now. Yeah, he's looking at the floor. Okay, then, mate. Off you go, then. There you go.
Immediately goes into nest building mode.
Now he's wagging his tail. What are you wagging your tail at? He'll settle.
I'm surprised he hasn't made a fuss this evening, because normally he makes a fuss knowing there's a treat.
Yeah, he's had it,
and he expects. And normally, whenever I come on, there's normally a little bit of a fuss. You know, I want my treat. I want it now. I want it. I want it. I want it.
Yeah, I think he's had a busy day today, isn't he? You know,
he's had a busy couple of days.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah, he's quite happy sitting there. You can see him there. He is.
Next time he gets groomed, you need to take a video of him in the back of the van.
Oh God, he's a bit of a poser.
Oh, he is.
Absolute poser. Anyway, there's the link for anyone who wants to come up. Yeah, I've got, as I said, I've lined up some shorts, and I'm not going to go too much away, but it's things. It's all to do with things that I've done and been to, and yes. Just going to get you drinking. Yeah, I've got some ghost shit from the Adnams Brewery tonight.
Got some what?
It's called ghost shit.
Thank you. I misheard the second word.
You thought I said no. It's a very nice beer from Adnams Brewery down on the Suffolk coast.
Oh, that reminds me, we've got the Eats and Beats Festival next weekend. Not this weekend, following weekend, Saturday week.
Yes, I've been to their brewery.
Not as good as the one we were at in Bruges, I'll bet.
No, but it was still a good day out.
Yeah, I think we need to go back to Bruges, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to actually stay in Bruges instead of Brussels for a change.
Yeah, I mean it's a short journey out.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to get to Bruges on the train, does it?
No. And I'm not. Does Eurostar go to Bruges these days? Does it extend out to Bruges?
No,
I know they go to Amsterdam because you do this loop.
You have to get off at Midi and then do what?
Over on the underground.
Well, no, you can actually catch the train at Midi, can't you? Because we caught the train to Bruges at Central because it was literally round the corner from our hotel.
Yeah,
but you call at Midi.
That's right. Yes, it does. That's right. Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes,
call it.
yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start saving for that. God, that's three things I've got to start saving for.
yeah.
I've got to start saving for that. I'm saving for a new computer, and I'm saving for Finola's wedding. God help me. It's a 2-day wedding. I don't know why, but apparently this is the latest trend that you have a 2-day wedding. You get married, and then you have the reception, the wedding breakfast, and the big party and whatnot. And then the next day, you move to another place and you have another party. I don't know why.
I don't know. I mean, when I go back to mine, I went that knackered on the Sunday. I couldn't party anymore.
Yeah, well,
It's a good job we didn't go on honeymoon till Monday.
I'm not bloody surprised because Saturday night you were boogieing. I mean, I was on the night shift, so I couldn't go. You were boogieing until the early hours of the morning.
The wee hours of the morning.
Yeah. Well, you did have a bottle in the room.
Oh yes, and that the next day I met Jim Bowen.
That's right. Yes.
And you know what? Hello, we got married yesterday. He went smashing great, and I'm not lying.
Yeah. That was his catchphrase. I mean,
yeah. So yeah, it was our honeymoon was the bizarre because we sort of swapped houses with my ex-wife's cousin, and they stayed in our. They were great. They put all the presents and got everything, sorted brilliant. And we went back to Ireland. Yeah, it was quite funny because they booked the I think it confused them because one couple came over on one ticket, and we went, but what's going on here? Yeah, that was good fun back in the day, but that was a long time ago now. So anyway,
oh God, what are we talking? We're
1993. There you go.
31 years ago.
Big horror.
Mind you saying that. I got married. 87.
I was 21.
Oh, no.
That's the year I was 21.
Well, I say it, yeah. February 87. Divorced.
I think the worst
2 and a bit years later.
The worst thing is that as I said, last Sunday was Matthew's birthday. I mean, we were 48. My baby brother was 48.
Well, let's put it into context. My nephew, or grandnephew to be more precise, he starts secondary school next week.
Grief.
That's frightening.
I know.
And the youngest, little Eleanor, she's going to primary school next week.
Oh, I don't know where the time goes.
I know it's frightening. It's frightening when you just sort of bumble along through life, and then all of a sudden something happens. You go, "What? When did that happen?" Hello, Jason.
Hello. Yeah, I found this week's wheel thing so easy.
Hang on. Say that again, Jason.
I just said hello.
Oh, right. No, because we didn't hear you the first time.
Oh.
I ended up having. I just picked a load of albums and put every first track on.
Oh, now come on! Now you said in your blurb that it was your favorite opening track off your favorite album.
Well, one of them was. Yeah. But they're just. I've done this one more. 10 just great opening tracks that really.
Right, so it doesn't have to be your favorite album. It's 10
not
favorite opening tracks. Okay.
No, I just found it. If I'd have done that, I'd just put the same old stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got a little bit more. I mean, there's a couple of my favourite bands in there, of course, but they're on the merit of the song, not the band. Talking of one of my favourite bands, they played their last concert allegedly last week. And what was the last song they played? Burning Bridges. Of all the close songs, it was Burning Bridges.
Well, perhaps in a way it's prophetic, because if they're doing what they say they're doing, they have burnt their bridges.
Indeed.
There's no going back.
It should have been Bye Bye Johnny.
Anyway, I made a comment in the comments earlier, and the guys thought I was joking. I wasn't.
Oh, I say.
Oh, his little stick of rock.
Yeah, told you.
What's he saying?
Virgin Mary's, Northwest Coast. It's the latest single.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
And they sent me two as well. They sent me 2 sticks.
Wow.
So what I can eat and what I can preserve.
Well, there you
go. I don't know how I'm going to preserve.
Preserve,
yeah,
or you could offer it up as a prize.
Possibly. Yes, I could do that. One of them I definitely want to preserve, though. I don't know how. I don't know how you preserve a stick of rock, but still.
You just don't.
Eventually, it's going to go manky and horrible.
Exactly. It would need to be sort of lacquered.
Yeah.
From stem
vacuum
to stern.
sealed.
Yeah. That would be the only way, but even then, it's still going to go because there's bacteria in there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But as I said, I know I jest a lot, but in this case, I was serious.
Nice one. Given the news that we've heard over the past week, that's an interesting way to promote an album.
Yes.
Giving out sticks of rock. That's interesting. It's a novel take on things.
Well, it's all about the song's all about sort of like being at the local beach and all the rest of it when they're kids, sort of thing. So yeah.
Oh,
are you getting excited about Oasis?
Not overly.
No.
I can see prices.
I can see it all ending in tears before it even begins.
I mean, it's obviously it's a money thing because Liam's just gone through a divorce. The settlement was, I think, £23 million.
Yeah.
So, but I can't. What's the thing tonight? Them opening tracks, them great opening tracks on albums, the ones that get you. Whoa. Yeah. Good evening, Simon.
Hi, Simon. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, Oasis. What's the atmosphere going to be like on stage?
Well, see, I don't mind Oasis's music, right? But some of they've done some really good songs. They've done some absolute trek as well. But then you can say that about a lot of bands. I don't think they're as good as what they think they are. It's. And they still can't stand each other. Apparently they're doing this, but then they've said it before. It's not got to this stage quite before with all the planning and tickets actually going on sale. But I'll believe it when I actually see. When it happens.
Yeah, I mean they could fall out before. We know. I know. Yeah, Simon says he loves Oasis, but he's of that age and that generation. But I get that, and they made some good songs, as Jason said. But I mean, I've been to concerts where I went to when I saw Deep Purple in 1993. Gillan and Blackmore had totally fallen out.
Yeah.
Because the record company wanted, because it was Deep Purple's 30th anniversary, they wanted Joe Lynn Turner gone and Ian Gillan back. And it was quite embarrassing. It wasn't good. Yeah, it was very embarrassing because Gillan didn't look at Blackmore. Blackmore didn't look at Gillan. Blackmore refused to do an encore. And it was all nasty. And within 3 weeks, Richie Blackmore had left the band. So
Hi to Nick, by the way.
this is it, as Simon said. You never know what you're getting with Oasis live.
No, the thing that always annoyed me about them when you saw them at the big Network concert, which my mate went to, and even then, Liam stood there with his hands behind his back, going and doing that fall on stage. That all right, it's about the singing first and foremost, but give us a bit of enthusiasm, buddy.
Yeah, there's not. I don't know. See what happens. Apparently, they say they're not. Shabody Wallin somehow was better than Oasis.
You cannot say that.
Evening, guys. I thought Liam and Noel Gallagher would only get along when Rory's alike. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Well, when it Bonehead, they sort of got them back together.
Yeah, I know.
One of their girlfriends. I don't know which girlfriend it was, but one of them.
Yeah. Good evening, Mike.
Evening, Mike.
Hiya. Hiya, how you doing?
Yeah, so you're in the thing that. Do you think they'll ever get on stage in Oasis, or do you think it'll all go sour before the?
I don't know. I mean, they're holding a big enough check in front of their faces, aren't they? So, yeah.
I'm not surprised.
But I mean, you were saying, well, they don't get on. Well, Ray and Dave Davis didn't get on, did they?
No.
No.
That's
the original feud, isn't it?
Well, that's right. Yeah. I mean, the difference between the Davis brothers and the Gallaghers is that the Davis brothers were talented musicians, weren't they?
Yeah. The thing is, though, did one of the Davis brothers call the other one an effing knobhead?
Well, yeah. Yeah. No, I don't have any Oasis, and I never will.
I've got one.
I mean, I think their lyrics are just, dreadfully.
Yeah, I think we're a different generation, Mike.
Yeah, and it's not really, because the music is more sort of like of their generation, because it was so retro. I mean, they didn't take anything forward whatsoever. When the plodding, the plodding sort of lines. It's just not for me anyway. I know, Simon. I'm sorry, mate, but we'll have to beg to differ on that, won't we?
Yeah.
Just not for me.
What do you reckon to the Smiths?
Ooh, would that ever happen?
Personally, I don't think so. Apparently, Morrissey has said that Johnny Marr and he were offered a big check by, I think is it AEG Entertainments or something.
Yeah.
They were offered a huge check, and apparently Johnny Marr totally ignored it.
Well, yeah. But
the reunion I want to see is the Jam.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't know. I think it's. I think once a band has sort of gone, they're gone really, and I don't think it ever sort of like ends well if with sort of big reunion. I mean the Sex Pistols had it right, didn't they? With the Filthy Lucre tour, They were doing it for the money, and that was that.
Yeah. A similar vein, the Spice Girls. Would there be any point in them coming back?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, these bands, they have their day, don't they? And
Yeah.
you think the world moves on.
It's not so much the Spice Girls now anyway. More it's the Spice Old Biddies.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the dried spice rack.
Mm.
Yeah. No,
Oh, Nick, the Goombay dance band were better than the bloody Smiths.
No, I can't even agree with that, Nick. I hate the Goombay dance band. They were bloody awful.
Yeah, but they were better than the Smiths. I mean, I'm sorry, Morrissey was a poet, but oh God, does he drone on and on?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think, you know, I think in the sort of history of sort of Manchester bands that, you know, it's, you know, Joy Division, Stroke, New Order, and then the Smiths for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And before them, the Hollies and 10cc.
10cc.
Oh.
Yeah. But Oasis don't come anywhere. I just didn't get them. I just didn't understand, you know, how they became quite as big as they did.
I
there you
think
go.
they were a wannabe Beatles.
Do I know?
Right place, right time. You know, sometimes that's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you watch Brian, Embryonic Robot?
No.
Do you know the channel? Oh, right. Yeah. Well, his daughter did a Taylor Swift ranking today.
Oh dear Lord.
Which was quite good fun, actually. She's very, you know, she was very good. Yeah.
And where did the latest album come out?
I think it came third with her. I really don't know, because the names of Taylor Swift's albums don't really mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
But but then she's the biggest sort of musical thing on the planet at the moment, isn't she?
Surely Sporty Spice should now be called Knack and Kneecap Spice.
Yeah, she's sporting just. Yeah, I don't know if you, just before you came on, last weekend, Status Quo played their last ever gig, allegedly. And I said the last song allegedly they did, of all them great songs that Quo did in their years, they played Burning Bridges.
Really?
One of the worst songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps it was all tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh.
You think they would have gone with, one of the big hits, wouldn't you?
Well, Bye Bye Johnny, the song that they closed all their songs with in the heyday.
Oh right, yeah. Well, that would be appropriate, wouldn't it?
Bye Bye Johnny, which they did at Milton Keynes Bowl.
Yeah.
Back in '84.
Yeah.
But,
they should have done Margarita Time.
That's even worse. That's why I stopped going. That's why I stopped going to Quo concerts, because they played 4,500 times, and hardly anyone jumped up down. Burning Bridges come up, and the place erupted, and you think, yeah, it's time to check out.
Oh well.
No,
when nobody jumps up and down to the classics, but they jump up and down to the usual suspects. In the Army now, Burning Bridges and Rocking All Over the World.
Yeah.
And everything else seems to get, and Caroline. They like Caroline, but everything else seems thing.
I got to take a break. As I thought, somebody's at the door.
Okay.
Somebody's at the door.
Yeah.
Simon brought an Iron Maiden album today. Which one did you buy? Right, whilst we get that out, I'm going to show my opening albums.
Cool.
So I'll do this as a one-man show at the moment.
Oh, make sure you press the right button now.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll do it. Right.
Hey.
As I've said, some of these are not. I've not gone for the usual things. I've just gone for them tracks that really, when you put that first track on of an album, it sets you up for the album.
Yeah.
So the first one, we are going to do a classic. Back to 1970.
Cool.
And I Oh, that's a good one, Simon. I like that one. And Speed King. Now, I'd only heard it on a Greatest Hits where they don't do the beginning. So when I brought this fine album, first track, you get all that, and then that wonderful bit of John Lord keyboard, and then it's bang in your face. And Speed King to me is one of the greatest opening tracks on any rock album. It just blows your head away. It's hard, it's heavy. I mean, considering their last album, it was the poppy Deep Purple, and then they turn up with that.
Yeah.
With the new
It's a
singer.
good album, isn't it?
It is the whole album is just pure rock at its best. So that's my first one tonight. Now, my second one is a Japanese band that featured Neil Murray. And it's an album called 5 or V by Val Wow. And the opening track on here is a track called Don't Tell Me Lies. And it's got a great drum comes in, and then the riffs come in. It's a great riff. And you've got Neil Murray on the bass. So you know what you're going to get when Neil Murray's bass starts up. It cranks it up. And the singer, whose name... Where is it? Can't find the... No. I think his name's Genki. He's got a high pitch. He's got a soprano falsetto voice. It's absolutely brilliant. The whole album's good. It's a super stuff, that is. So the next one comes from 1986, an album that should have been a Tony Iommi solo album, but the record company said you got to put it out as a Black Sabbath. So it's Seventh Star, featuring Black Sabbath, featuring Tony Iommi, and the opening is a track called "In for the Kill." And the singer on this is the one and only Glenn Hughes. You've got one of the greatest singers in rock. You've got one of the greatest riff masters in rock. And it's in your face straight away. No messing about.
Yeah.
Riffs, solos, and a magnificent vocal by Glenn Hughes. Now, considering this guy was high as a kite when he made this album. He was when he was in his drugs.
It seems to help. Yeah. I was just going to say, it seems to help some people that, being high.
Yeah, absolutely killer track. I mean, a lot of people don't like this album, but I love it. I think it's a great album.
Cool.
It's a very underrated album. And Tony Iommi is absolutely killer on that opening track. It's that them great riffs, and his solo is just mind blowing. And I just love that. I mean, the cover's cool as well, Him and his leather tats on the track. Okay, up next from 1984, Gary Moore and the Victims of the Future album. And the title track is the first track. Now, it starts off with a nice little gentle bit of guitar and a nice gentle voice. And then you get this little pause. And then the band come in. And it just blows your damn head off. I don't know who's on here. Let's see if we can find who's on here. The first, here we go. Well, the drummer's Ian Pace. So, you're going to get something good. Guitars, backing vocals, Gary Moore and Neil Carter. Neil Murray's on this as well. So it's just the same old faces doing the same stuff that they're good at, putting out a powerful, powerful track on the album. Side one on this is outstanding. Okay, we're going back in time to this wonderful album.
Oh, yes.
And it's One of These Days, I'm going to cut you into little pieces. What an opening track. Nick Mason's drumming is just terrific. You've got Richard and them wonderful little stabs on the keyboard and Roger's bass line. Tremendous. Absolutely mind-blowing opening track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is Rocky's favourite track Seamus, son?
Oh, you put when oh he barks. He goes and stands by the stereo and barks.
Vader.
He hates it. Now Marley, bless her, she used to howl, and she would jump up on the sofa, looking out the window. Bless her. Okay. Well, we couldn't have an opening track without a quo track, and I've gone for the opening track of Whatever You Want. I think it's the best opening track on any quo album. It does what it says on the tin, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I love Whatever You Want. I remember the first time I'm hearing it, and I thought this is a great quo track, and it is written by Rick Parfitt and Andy Bell. And it's a great track. Rick's on fire on this. I think it's one of his best vocals. So that's why I picked it. Okay. Whitesnake. We hadn't heard anything since 1984, and it's 1987. And I was doing some youth work training with some guys, and they said they were listening to the Friday Rock Show, and they come down and went, Iain, they're playing the new Whitesnake single. So okay, so we tuned it in the radio in the place, and it's Still of the Night, and that opening riff from John Sykes just absolutely blew me away. Yeah, as me, I'm 21, and I'm with a bunch of 16-year-olds who just love metal and rock, and it just blew us away. And it is the best track on this album. Absolutely brilliant track. Yeah, I might do that one day, Simon. Okay, another great band that are very popular at the moment, but a lot of people don't recognise the cover because this is the Australian version of Dirty Deeds, and the opening track is Dirty Deeds and they're done dirt cheap. I love that track. I think it's Phil Rudd's drumming at the beginning and the Malcolm's wonderful riff opens up this great album. I love that cover. Much better than the British one. And on the back, you've got the rest of the band. And that is Mark Evans. He plays on that. So that's another great one. I thought, I've got what Genesis. Okay, I could have gone with Watch of the Skies. Great opening track. Nursery Crime, The Musical Box. But I went for the opening track on Selling England, Dancing by the Moonlit Night. Can you tell me where my country lies? It's a bit like it's so reminiscent of now. And you think it's going to be a gentle track, and then it isn't, is it? It's lots of bass and lovely little tones on the guitars from Steve Hackett. Absolutely brilliant opening track of my favourite Genesis album. And my last one is a little band from Scotland who I actually saw supporting Status Quo at Milton Keynes. And it's the title track of Nazareth's Razamanaz. No messing about here. Burn 'em for Manny. And Dan's wonderful, gritty vocal. It's a killer track from a killer album.
All right.
I love Nazareth. This is the band at the time.
Yeah, good stuff.
Brilliant album. I mean, this is an album that's got Alcatraz, Woke Up This Morning, Bad Bad Boy, and Broken Down Angel on it. So it is just
That's the only Nazareth I have. The single of Broken Down Angel. That's the only thing I have on vinyl by them.
Iain's on fire. He is tonight, isn't he? That's why I just show these great opening tracks because they just blow you away. I mean, there's so many good opening tracks I've got, but just them 10 that do thing. I mean, there's no Marillion in there because all theirs are sort of subtle and gentle. There's no, they're all in your face. So there we go. That's my little presentation. Oops.
There you go.
Hey, well done, mate.
Yeah. That was an easy one for me because I did just pick 20 albums and then and I had to play every opening track, of course.
Oh, yeah.
With the windows open.
I've been doing that today, yeah.
Yeah, with the windows open.
Annoying the neighbours.
Oh, I rejected so many good ones. I could have done another 10.
Yeah. This is quite an easy one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fun one though. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've had a few weeks where we've had to rattle round, but this was it's certainly got that end of term feel, hasn't it? It's something easy. Anyway, that was some great tracks there.
Cool.
So, does anyone else got something to show, or do you want?
I've got stuff here. I'll bring it up. If you want me to go next, it's up to you. Mike can go. I don't know.
No, you go. You go, Jake.
Sure. Okay. Cool. All right. So first couple are on CD, right? Because I don't own them on vinyl, but I wouldn't mind having them on vinyl. So the first one is Kula Shaker with a brilliant "Hey Dude."
Oh, that is a good track.
Yeah. And it's the only album with theirs I have actually, funnily enough. The other ones I've not been so impressed by, but this is a really, really good album. Really good album. So that's that one. One that a lot of people like. Dummy by Portishead.
Oh, what a good track.
And the brilliant Mysterions.
Right.
And it's really, really well done. Because you've got sort of like the very sort of laid back sort of trippiness of it, but you've also got this sort of like, I can't think of a better way to describe it. It's almost like a military beat.
Yeah. Well, that's
it's
about right. Yeah, but it's Beth Gibbons. She's just fantastic.
She's got a great voice. Yeah, brilliant stuff. So then we have got the only Black Sabbath album I own, but it's Paranoid and the brilliant War Pigs.
Yeah, classic, isn't it?
And it makes you it makes you I got it for Paranoid and stuff like that, and Iron Man, you got Iron Man, all the rest of it. But it was. So I would have got it anyway. But that opener is like, you're thinking, there's some good stuff to come, and there are, there is. And then we got a bit of Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. It's So Far Away, and it's quite a laid-back track, but it does stand out. It's a good tune. And I remember listening to this when we went to Workstead when I was a kid, and we were all coming back on this tired coach, and they played this album in its entirety, and everybody was singing along to pretty much all of it. So
the opening tracks of that album are the best.
Yeah. Then we got Guns N' Roses with "Welcome to the Jungle," brilliant song, really, really strong song. It's a bit of an in-your-face, so isn't it?
Yes.
So, and the thing is, though, when you think of that, you think, oh, the rest of the album's going to be the same, and it's not. It's actually quite different in some regards, So, it's a good album. I haven't had that one very long, actually. Then we have Guns in the Sky.
Oh, yeah, that is a great opening track.
It's
great opener.
It does sort of have a chorus, but it's almost like it doesn't, because it just keeps going and going and going.
It's that that riff from Andy, isn't it? That Andy Fairbanks. I love
that. One of the best soundtracks ever. I've shown this before, right? And the first track is "Just Another Victim" by Living Colour. By Helmet and House of Pain, no less.
Helmet?
Yeah.
I didn't know Helmet had made a record.
Yeah. Yeah, well done, Simon.
So well done, Simon. You kept that
Simon.
one quiet.
Yeah, just another big tip. And it's got some. It's if you've never bought this album, right? The film's not up so much, but the album's brilliant. You know, if you haven't got it, go and give it a listen, for God's sake. Great stuff. Great stuff. If you like sort of a bit of hip hop mixed with a bit of metal, you know, you can't go far wrong. Right, bit of a novelty one, digging way back into my childhood. Don't know if you can see that.
Moog synthesizer. I love Moog.
Right.
And it's the brilliant popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously not the original, right?
Yeah.
But I'll show you the back there.
That was a massive hit, though, wasn't it? Popcorn.
Yeah.
I don't know who the original was by. I can't remember.
Hot Butter did
There you are.
Butter, yeah.
Yeah. So you know, it's all you know, so just some blokes got a Moog and said, right, I'm going to hammer out some tunes and put it on a record. But I still like listening to it even now. Then we have A Bet Police and Don't Stand So Close to Me.
Oh, yeah. Great track.
That's a good song, and it's a good album as well. You know, it is quite a strong album. It's the only, apart from Best Of, I think it's the only Police album I've got. So I quite like that. And I think this is the last one. And I will take it out because it's still in cellophane and everything. And it is ZZ Top, Eliminator, and Give Me All Your Lovin'.
Yeah.
Which is just a great track. And I love this car. I've always loved this car.
Yep.
Like, it's mad, but it's brilliant. Are you saying what? Oh, right, yes. Yes, well done, Simon. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's my little lot. I put some quite good ones in there.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well done.
That's some great tracks.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Yeah, you said going about Portishead. I looked at how many people have watched when I ranked the albums. Well, nearly 1,000 people have watched that video.
Right.
Yeah.
So it proves how popular that band are still.
Yeah. Not many
I may get Portishead at some point. It's not as many tracks on it as I like. I don't think it's as good as the first album, but it's one that I may get at some point.
Yeah, but it's as you said, Mike, Beth Gibbons is just...
Yeah, Jason, you should give Beth's solo album a listen. It's really good.
Yeah, what sort of style is it? Is it similar, or it's just completely changing in style?
It's not like Portishead, but it's just just her singing.
I do like her. Yeah, I do like her.
She's she's got a lot older, and but she's still absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, when they did that album, that third album in 2007, her voice had totally changed, but it was still a quality, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's the prize for the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff.
Oh. Go.
Standing cost you 150 quid.
Well, considering what some of the gigs are like, that's not that bad.
Yeah, except
they could have charged a lot more.
I couldn't fit all the prices in. They go up.
Yeah.
London is even more expensive.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember going to big gigs like that, where if you stood up in like the thing, you'd pay 20 quid.
Yeah.
It was cheap. Like if you went to Wembley or a stadium show, if you wanted to sit up in the seating area, it'd cost you an arm and a leg.
It still does.
But if you wanted to be down in the thick of it, nothing.
Well, you do what I do, don't you? You get a mate to go along and he gets his ticket for half price. Or free.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he pays half, you pay half, and it works out cheaper.
Yeah, but I mean, I just don't get it, you know.
No.
No, I think I said to you before, I saw Def Leppard live, and that was good. But then I saw the Smashing Pumpkins in a smaller venue, and they were so much better. So much better. So
There we go.
Sometimes a smaller band in a smaller venue is a hell of a lot.
Oh yeah, usually a lot better value, you know, and you're close to the action, aren't you?
Yes,
so
it. Ask Ian and Nick. They went to see the Soap Girls. Cost
They were very close to the action.
Yeah.
I bet you were.
I've still got a lot of the action on my phone.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So I say I go and get to see the lads on Saturday night. The Virgin Marys are playing. So that's supporting Ugly Kid Joe, who I've never seen before. So that'd be good.
Yeah.
Oh, they're okay.
Try and get some footage, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, like go back to the Soap Girls, their first album. It's a pop album.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was talking to them about it, and they said, "You're even going to talk about our shitty first album." You know, when the band say their shitty first album, you know they're troopers. But the rest of their stuff's just brilliant. I think Nick summed them up. They've got a bit of new metal, they've got punk, they've got grunge. They're just terrific, and hopefully we get another album out of them. I did say if you're watching this, girls, come back to Northampton.
Yeah. Sounds to me they're just doing what they want to do, you know, regardless of what their expectations are, shall we say?
Well, yeah, that's the best way to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
good morning, Michael. Have you been asked to evacuate yet?
What's that?
Have you been asked to evacuate yet?
The warning signal did go off last night about a nearby town that has flooding, so it is getting dicey. But luckily, we're in a concrete building. I'm on a much higher floor, and I think we'll be okay.
So
it's been downgraded from a typhoon now to a tropical storm.
Typhoon. Right. Okay. I've not been watching the news, so I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. In fact, if I remember correctly, it should be typhoon.
I think that's a joke, right, Dave?
No, it comes from the Chinese, if I remember correctly, meaning great wind.
Oh, that's me on a Saturday morning after I've had a curry.
I know, as long as you're all right, Michael, that's the main thing.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, dry and safe.
Good.
That is excellent.
Good. So we're only missing two.
Would that be Stevie and Simon?
No, Simon's here.
No, Simon's here. It's Stevie and Jimmy.
Well, all right. On the.
But if they're not here when we've finished our presentations, they might be able to take part. And I have made that quite. I haven't said with Jimmy. I know Jimmy wouldn't be up anyway.
No.
Yes.
So it's unfair to put their selections in and not take part. So their selections will be taken out.
Right. Who would like to go next, Margaret?
Shall I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put you in the spotlight, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. Okay, folks. Right. So, this, like you said, Ian, this is quite an easy one to do, really, because there's so many albums that you think, that was a brilliant first track. Right. Now, first one. I mean, I think everyone has their sort of favourite sort of era of Bob Dylan, and mine was like the early to mid 70s, and this album is my favourite.
Yes.
Blood on the Tracks, and my all-time favourite Bob Dylan track just happens to be the first track on side one, and that's Tangled Up in Blue.
Great song.
You know, I think it's Bob Dylan is his sort of poetic best. I think Absolutely brilliant. You know, you read the lyrics and it reads like a poem rather than
a song.
lyrics.
Yeah, it's a great song, great choice.
Yeah, so that's my first one. That was really easy. Right. Next up is Kurt Vile. This is an album from a few years back called Bottle It In. If you don't know Kurt Vile, he's an American. He's got a very, very sort of laid-back style, and he was a guitarist in the band War on Drugs, but he's been solo now for quite some time. And the opening track on this is called Loading Zone, or Loading Zones, I should say, and absolutely brilliant. It's just very, very good sort of guitar, sort of his sort of laid back style. And I'll show you the vinyl because it's really nice. There you go.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's funny you say he's laid back because he looks quite intense on that cover.
You think so? I don't know. Yeah, I saw him a couple of years back at up at Leeds University, and he was really, really good. In fact, it was about the time of this album, actually. So this is Kurt Vile, Bottle It In. Right, familiar territory for me. A bit of punk. This is Australian punk. Hammerland Sniffers, their album Comfort to Me, and the opening track on here is called Guided by Angels, and it's just absolutely brilliant. It's kind of straightforward punk here, you know, and it's just lovely.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's really. Anyway, there's a track on there with rather naughty words I just noticed. But there you go. Yeah. Right now, definitely not punk. This is Pentangle. And Blanket of Light.
Oh,
and,
yes.
You know, so you got sort of, you know, John Redbourne and Bert Jansch on here. So their band sort of, and then Jackie McShay was a singer in the band at the time. And the opening track on here, if you can probably see, is called Light Flight. And it was a single also, and it was, you know, I think it did quite well in the charts. And it is very much a sort of the sound of sort of swinging 60s London, which is sort of like quite appropriate, really, because it was the theme tune to a television series that was in the late 60s called Take Three Girls, which was about three women. One of them was Lisa Goddard, and they were living in a flat in London, in Kensington, I think. So there you go. So that's Basket of Light. This is a great bit of folk music. One thing that made me laugh is that there's a note on here, and it says all the instruments played on this album are acoustic. So, you know, clearly there's a bit of snobbery there, you know, because about this time there were a lot of folk bands that were, you know, getting into sort of electric guitars and other sort of evil things like that. Right. Okay. More Australian punk, but this is from the sort of heyday of punk. This is Saints, Eternally Yours, and this is their second album, and the opening track on here, you can see it's called Know Your Product, which I think was a single, and it's absolutely brilliant opener. Now, if the album was reversed and side 2 was side 1, then you've got This Perfect Day is the opening track on side 2, which is probably my favourite punk single of all time, I think. So there you go. That's the marvellous Saints from Australia. Now, something in the Irish language. Contains DC, their last album, Skinty Fair, and now the opening track on this is actually in Irish, and it's called In Ar Gicroeth Go Dio, which is probably exactly how you don't pronounce it. But it means, yeah, it means something like "In Our Hearts Forever," and it's an absolutely brilliant track. But this is a fantastic album.
Yeah, hold it there. Dave will translate it for you. Put it back up a minute.
Hey, what?
You can.
Yeah.
How would
Oh
you
yeah,
say?
yeah. No. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up.
Okay, he'll look it up.
Yeah.
You got that, Dave?
Yes.
You got it.
Yeah, he'll tell you in a minute.
Right. I, as I say, I think it's called something like "In Our Hearts Forever," but I could be completely wrong. Okay, an album that needs no introduction.
Great record.
Great.
Yeah.
Record.
The Mighty Sparks, and the opening track on "Come On My House" is "This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us."
Dun, 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 dun.
And I can remember Russell and Ron on Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
With Ron staring deadpan into the camera.
Yeah.
And
I won't say what my granddad said.
What?
Go on.
Go
He
on.
says he's been missing for years. He turns up on Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly,
But yeah,
allegedly
I love this
he
album.
died.
I really love this album. Right. Okay, next up. Another one of my favourite bands. There you go. Saint Etienne. Words and Music, and the opening track on here is Over the Border. And the reason that I've chosen this song, I think this is Sarah Cracknell at her sort of vocal best. It's a really, really lovely tune, and absolutely love it. This is sometimes my favourite St. Etienne album, but I do change from time to time. But there you go. There's the balance. It's Over the Border by St. Etienne. Another album that we know. There you go.
Oh yes.
Oh yes, yeah, we've got that one.
Ancient
got
Heart. And she had two sort of hit singles, and the first one was Good Tradition, which is the opening track on side one.
Good song.
And which is a great song. And again, the opening track on side two is probably even better because it's Twisted My Sobriety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, and those were her two big songs.
Yeah, well, you probably when someone watches this, when he gets tomorrow, he'll be very happy you've shown that album. That's Richard McCook, because that's his favourite female artist.
Yeah.
Well, that was the one of the ones I picked up for £1, so I was quite happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. She's one of those artists that you just see stuff really cheaply, and
yeah, I think she's underrated. To be fair,
here we go. Neil Young, The Crazy Horse. Everybody knows this is Nowhere. And side one, track one is the marvelous Cinnamon.
What a track!
Yeah, and again, one of my favourite Neil Young tracks. So there you go. So that's my 10, folks.
Oh, very good.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Yeah, you're right. It does translate as "In Our Hearts Forever." It's usually an epitaph on a tombstone.
Oh right.
Right, there we go.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually
thanks, Paul,
written.
Yeah, that was good.
There you go. That's the way it's usually written.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because,
Do you know how it's pronounced?
In our crow gochu.
Right. Yeah.
And I've probably butchered it as well.
I think you probably did a lot better than me, Dan.
Yeah. Should have done a bit of the accent, mate.
No, because my uncle Joe, who was the last one to pass, he was a teacher of Irish, and he and his family spoke Irish. But whenever I was in the house, they spoke English because they knew I couldn't pronounce the word properly.
Good way to keep secrets from you, though, mate.
Yeah,
Oh,
remember when I did my clan ad animal ranking? We had to refer to Uncle Joe for some of them.
I had to go and get a phonetic pronunciation for 75% of the albums and the songs.
Thanks to God rest his soul, Uncle Joe.
Yeah. God love him. Anyway.
Right.
There we go.
Now we have a lovely British pause just for Michael.
Thank you. I could go out and get a cup of coffee and come back, and the pause would still be
Well,
on.
this is what I was going to ask. Are we going up the road towards Wellingborough, or are we going east?
I don't live in Wellingborough.
He lived in Corby.
I know, but it's up
You can
that
go
way.
to Wellingborough if you want, mate.
take the roundabout route. So anyway, Corby.
Up to you.
Well, Mike, do you want to go and get a coffee, Michael?
I could go for a few more minutes to wake up.
All right. Okay, in that case, we'll go to
I'm going to
Corby.
stick it on Nick.
You poor bugger.
Okay. There you go.
Right, there it is.
There he is, front and centre, all the way from Corby.
I've got 10, but one's sort of debatable.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
First of all, good fun time music.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
I've got all their albums. I could have picked any one. They're all sort of a good barnstorming sort of entrance first track. Absolutely. If you don't like the Blues Brothers, I think there's something wrong with you. It is good fun time music. It really is.
Yeah. Yes, I love that film. I really love that film.
Yeah,
It's good. Yeah, yeah.
the film is
It's
one of my
those good
all-time favourites.
again and again, can't you? Yeah.
Some great.
This one opens at the Soul Finger, which is a cover.
That's a great track.
Yeah.
Is it just them, or is it other artists on there as well?
Well, you had virtually all of Booker T and the MGs.
Yeah.
Virtually.
Yeah.
There's a few additions to like the Blues Brothers band.
Yeah. But it's not.
But,
you haven't got stuff from the film on there so much. It's just.
I've got the soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
So I've got all the albums. Got them all.
Yeah.
This one, A Briefcase Full of Blues. This one, Made in America. I can't remember what else I've got.
Yeah.
The soundtrack. But yeah, this is on Atlantic. This is the French pressing, actually.
Yeah.
Released in 1980. So yeah, the Blues Brothers.
Oh, very cool.
Brilliant. Love the Blues Brothers. This one I've already shown.
Oh yes.
Live concert. Well, actually, it says on the album when you play it live from the Peppermint Lounge, the Cramps, and then they open up.
Yeah.
With the most exultant potentate of love.
Easy for you to say.
Not really, no.
Were they all unreleased songs that are recorded live?
No, well, I'm sure I've heard them on other albums, Michael, but
yeah,
whether they were released as singles or whatever, I don't know. I'm not even sure if this album was released in America. I don't know.
I don't either.
I could be wrong. So it opens up with the most exultant potentate of love, and then I often think with the opening track on an album, is only as good as the second track.
True.
Second track, sort of, it's there to sort of carry on, you know, a great sort of opening and draw the audience in. And the second track on this is You've Got Good Taste.
Oh, right.
Fantastic band, fantastic album. Again, highly recommend it. It's there on YouTube. There's video of the gig and that from the Peppermint Lounge. Bloody fantastic, Cramps.
Yeah, if we go on, Paul Stars asks, is Goo Goo Muck on that album?
It doesn't tell you on the back. I'd have to pull the record out itself and have a look. I know Wig Hat or something's on there as well. Faster Pussycat. I can't honestly, without pulling the record out and looking. I can't remember. I'll do it.
No,
a bit later.
I can see the track listing. No, it's not on there.
No.
Oh
yes.
I've got which. Yeah, I've been tracking. Is it The Voice?
it is The Voice. It should be.
Yeah. Really good sort of pacey, sort of bumping, get in there tune. Great way to open up an album.
So it's a great opening track.
It is.
I always like that cover.
Yeah, it's a good cover. Raging Eden cover.
Yeah. Until I started this VC malarkey, I'd never heard an Ultravox album in my life. Only
Really?
Greatest Hits. And when I started buying these, they were sort of blind buys. Okay, you hear the main sort of songs, the releases that hit the charts. Of course, they're on these albums, but you don't know what to expect from the rest of it. And I quite enjoyed it. Quite enjoyed what I've heard of them so far on their albums.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
I only know the
singles by them.
Yeah.
I think I've only got about 3 Ultravox. I think I've got Vienna. I've got another one of theirs, but I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, that's a cracking opening.
Yeah.
Opening to an album.
Yeah. Have you heard the John Fox era Ultravox?
The early stuff, no. To me, it's kind of like hearing early Human League. You know, it don't really sort of that experimental type stuff, I suppose you call it. It don't really sit well with me, to be honest. I prefer the sort of up-tempo kind of dancey stuff by bands like Ultravox and Human League, you know, and but yeah, although Vienna's hardly dance, is it? One of my favourite bands of all time, and got to be my favourite American band.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was the B-52s.
Yeah. Different, quirky, wacky, you know, out of this world, madder than a box of frogs.
Yeah.
Absolutely bloody fantastic. And they open up with Planet Claire.
I love that track. That's great live.
Yeah, and 52 Girls is the second track.
Yeah.
Planet Claire, I think, if you're looking for a song that sort of describes the B-52s, it's Planet Claire. It's like weird sort of B-movie space type music, you know.
Yeah.
50s sci-fi, isn't it?
That's it, yeah. Absolutely love the B-52s. Everybody should make a little room in their hearts for the B-52s.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Fantastic band, fantastic. I wish I'd seen them live. I really wish I had, but
what's the what's the name of the female singer? I've forgotten.
There's two.
Cindy.
And Kate.
Yeah.
Cindy
Have
and
you
Kate.
seen this? Have you seen the
That's
state of her
Cindy.
lately?
Yeah,
That's
She hasn't.
Cindy.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's Kate. She
Yeah.
sang
Yeah.
with REM, didn't she, as well?
Yes, that's the one I'm on. That's the one I'm on about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's not aged very gracefully. She's gone quite elaborate with her hair and everything and makeup.
There's a solo song of hers in the charts at the minute, I think. I've seen
Oh, yeah?
the video via Facebook. Yeah, they aged a bit, carrying a
Yeah.
bit of timber, but they're still lovely women.
Mm.
I wouldn't say no.
I mean, sadly, Cindy, I don't think she was never the same after her brother died.
No.
No, well, I was totally ignorant about that. I didn't know. I didn't know. I mean, all I knew in the early days was they did this weird song called Rock Lobster.
Right.
That
Yeah.
was brilliant.
Again, different, weird, wacky, quirky, madder than a box of frogs. Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ricky Wilson was a very underrated guitar player. He didn't get enough acclaim when he was alive. It was only half
No.
but he was like he held it together. His guitar work on Rock Lobster is just fantastic.
And of course, Fred. If you were none the wiser, sort of, you recognised the voice, but you wouldn't know his name. He's got one of those weird, sort of peculiar singing styles, hasn't he? Singing voices.
He talks as he sings.
It's a talk sing, isn't it? But it's just
So does
it
Brian Ferry.
just makes the band. It's their sort of that distinguished sound, isn't it? Fred's vocals have always been.
I was gonna say his voice is more rhythmic than what should we say, musical. If that makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, highly recommended. Love the B-52s. Like, everybody should make a little room in the hearts for the B-52s.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Starts off with One Step Beyond,
Great tune.
which back in the day for people like me, and that was a call to arms, really.
Oh, jumping up and down, bouncing around like a loony.
Yeah, Prince Buster cover. Second track, My Girl, which is another corker.
Yeah.
Love Magnet. I keep saying The Who's my favourite, but if I'm honest, these are my favourite.
Mm.
I've only ever seen them once. I need to see them again before my time's up.
Yeah. I'm hoping they do the Winchester thing again next year. Because I missed them this year.
Yeah, I saw them at Silverstone about 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Right at the very end, you had people like Eddie Jordan and the rest of them invading the stage, and Coulthard as well.
Oh right, yeah.
I've never been to many gigs where a band can get the audience sort of participating in not just singing the songs, but dancing and bouncing away and having a real good fun. They're like the Blues Brothers, real good fun time sort of music.
Well, that's what you want, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, I saw them at Frimsby Park. So I went with a friend that was a huge Manders fan. I sort of like their singles, but I'd never seen anything like it. It was one of the best gigs I ever went to.
Yeah. They normally start off with One Step Beyond, and they finish off with Night Boat to Cairo, which is
good. Yeah.
But that gets the crowd going.
Yeah.
Absolutely bloody fantastic. It'll be a sad day for British music in general when this lot decide to pack it in for good.
I'm wondering how active they'll be on stage now, because they're getting on a little bit.
Yeah, Lee Thompson's quite all right. He's not as manic as he perhaps used to be, but
Yeah,
He's still the life and soul of the party.
yeah, I can imagine.
Judge Dredd, way.
Last of,
Hey.
last of the skinheads. The opening track on this one is a bit of a lament. It's called "Bring Back the Skins," and it's basically him sort of remembering, the good old days when reggae was king.
Yeah.
And he sings, "Oh, we live and die for Friday night, off to the Palais and have a fight, dance to reggae most of the night when we were skins." And the album, it finishes off with "Bring Back the Skins" reprise, and he mentions the bands of the day, like the Ethiopians, Toots and the Maytals, people like that.
Yeah.
Was some of his stuff quite serious then? Because I just know for his comedy stuff.
Serious? Well, it was quite rude.
Yes, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah, he's, as far as I know, he's still the most banned singer artist in British music history.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but he got his act from Prince Buster, who was a mentor to him, and he worked for Prince Buster over in Jamaica, helping out with his Prince Buster's travelling sound system and doing security and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah, he was Judge Dredd. I think it's Alexander something or other Minto. I can't remember his full proper name. It's something Minto anyway.
Yeah.
He was the
I
first.
thought you was on about Dr. Demento because he was on there, wasn't he? The Dr. Demento show.
He was the first white artist, I believe, not just reggae type singer, to have a hit, top hit in Jamaica.
He was born Alexander Minto Hughes.
Hughes, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, another fabulous thing. I think I've already mentioned this once in another presentation. He died, had a heart attack coming off stage after a gig. And his final words were, give a big round of applause, to the band.
Yeah,
let's
hear it for the band.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Wow, forever the showman.
He was a showman.
Yeah, everybody thought it was part of the act, and it was only a paramedic in the audience realised that it wasn't.
Yeah.
And he raced up, and he was taken to hospital, and he was pronounced dead on arrival.
Wow.
I mainly know him from his appearances on the Ivor Biggin albums.
Oh, yeah. You know who Ivor Biggin was? He was a bloke who was on Esther Ranson's That's Life.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, .com.
Yeah. This is an absolute barnstormer of an album, barnstormer of a band.
Oh, yeah.
Which is live in Glasgow. And it starts off, you can hear the band sort of tapping away on the instruments and that, and the crowd's all rowdy and ready for a bit of the old mosh pit type stuff, or wrecking, as they used to call it. And you got the announcer who comes up on the stage. "Okay, folks, it's time to get down and boogie. Welcome back to Glasgow for the Meteors." Big roar goes up, and watch it, and all of a sudden they burst into a rendition of Wipeout. Fast and Furious. Second track, Maniac Rockers from Hell, another fast one. Meteors, best heard live. And this is a fucking fantastic live album. I love this album to bits. Really do. I've seen them a few times as well. Seen them a couple of times here in Corby where I live. Seen them on scooter rallies. Seen them in other various clubs. Fantastic band, the Meteors. Highly recommend this.
Good.
Best heard live. Only the Meteors are pure psychobilly.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest psychobilly band in the world. This one I've already shown before, but the two opening tracks are bloody fantastic.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Opens up with Forgotten Town, and second track, When the Fingers Point. Brilliant. Underrated band. And you can find this album pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I think I only picked this up for £1 at a car boot sale years ago.
Yeah. Bargain.
Well worth the one.
That's on my sort of wish list, so I'm going to look out. Been looking out for it, but I haven't found it yet. But I'm sure one day I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well worth buying.
All mod cons.
My favourite Jam album. Side one opens up with all mod cons, and then second track, To Be Someone. In brackets, didn't we have a nice time? I think on the Dig the New Breed live album, it's a segue. It's all mod cons into To Be Someone. This one is a little bit of a gap, but fantastic opening. It's a fantastic album. My favourite Jam album. Setting Suns would be my second favourite.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Again,
Good
well worth getting if you can. Might cost you a few quid now. Decent copy, probably 20 quid. And finally, the greatest album of all time. Never mind bloody Beatles and Dr. Pepper. This kicks Beatles' arse. It does. But for me, the opening track is the real me, although there is like sort of sound effects before then. You know, I Am the Sea. But right at the end of it, you can hear the sea and the waves crashing on what I can only presume is Brighton Beach, on the shingle and all that sort of stuff. And then all of a sudden, right at the end, if you watch the film, you see Jimmy sort of walking up the beach, and then all of a sudden you hear that, can you see the real me? Can you? And then bang, doom, 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 bloody fantastic. Absolutely adore this out. I wouldn't be. This will come with me in the coffin when I go. I wouldn't be, if there's one record in my collection, I wouldn't be without. It's this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best album of all. I know it's not, but to me it is. It's the best album of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
This and the soundtrack were like a Bible to me back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Hi, mate.
British culture, isn't it?
Yeah, part of British culture. And that's it.
Excellent.
That's some great things, and some great discussions as well of what, you know, because Nick always shows some interesting stuff. So
He does indeed.
Oh, yeah. Nick, I thought you were going to show the Damned's debut. Because Neat is opening track, isn't it?
I would have done if it was New Rose as the opening track. I think it's a fantastic song.
Yeah.
Or even Love Song.
Yeah.
Neat's good, but I think New Rose is better.
Oh yeah. Without.
I think I agree as well.
Yeah.
And I did look at all the Damned albums.
Yeah. I was thinking of showing it, Nick, and I thought, no, Nick will show it. So I didn't.
I thought about it. I mean, there's plenty of other albums I could have picked. But
Yeah. Yeah, they're loads,
Yeah.
aren't they?
I had to reduce mine down from 20.
Oh, bloody.
Anyway,
yeah.
trying to go to the Far East.
Yes.
The mystical
Land of the Rising Sun.
land of the rising sun and all that, and water.
To somebody who's so mystical
Yeah.
So
and
here's
so and so calm and reverend. You know, a lot of good points were made earlier, and Nick made most of them. No offense to Mike. And the first one that I'm going to show is, well, the point is some of the best opening songs kind of meander until you know what they're getting to, what the song is about. And my first two are perfect examples of that. First one being Dean by Terry Reid from his third album, River. And it is it's instrumental to begin. And there is the only document about this song live is on YouTube, a performance that he did at Glastonbury when he introduced the song. And he has, what's key about the song is the pedal steel guitar, and that is provided by this guy, David Lindley. But I don't know why it's called Dean, because the lyrics are girl with a heart that keeps on changing, girl with a mind that keeps moving on. And it's just kind of a meandering song, but he manages to get in his super strong vocals, and the way he screams is just incredible. He's a force of nature. And you know, to the point that was made, you know, the next track has got to be just as good. It is. I think his first three records are his very best. I'll leave it at that. If you don't know Terry Reid, I invite you to discover him. Now, this one is going to surprise you. You know, it's not the greatest song in the world. It is the opening gambit for me, and that's Manifesto. And it's not really the lyrics of the song are not really a manifesto; they're more of a declaration. But it's a 5.5 minute song, and who's talking? And half of it is an instrumentation. And when Brian Ferry starts to sing, you know, he's kind of like chest beating, and he's like, you know, I'm for a life around the corner that takes you by surprise, that comes, leaves all you need, and more besides. And he's just kind of like talking about what he's for. And I absolutely love this song, and I bet it's a surprise to you, because I could have done you know, something from Country Life or something else, which are just obvious barn burners, but it's a smoker, right? That's my point. Two opening songs that are just smokers, and you don't know where you're going. Now, this next one is not a smoker. It is Shout Bamalama. I've shown this before, and this is it. I'll never show this again. I promise. It is Wet Willie's, and you know, Shout Bamalama. About, you know, it's not Shout Kensington or, you know, Shout Glastonbury. It's Shout Bamalama, and the lyrics are just amazing. And there they are, the boys from Wet Willie.
Sorry for laughing, Michael. I'm so immature.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You'll stop now, right? You will stop. Okay. Next one. Again, I won't show it again, I promise. Leaving Trunk, Taj Mahal. Just, you know, the harmonica, hard rock bluesing song. Jesse Ed Davis on guitar. I need to pick up a Jesse Ed Davis solo record. Love it. Okay. Something that will make you happy, and that is Legal Tender. I mean, what a friggin' song Legal Tender is. You know, we're in the basement, you know, stocking it full of jelly jars and heavy equipment, you know, printing money of crazy ex-presidents. Just a tight composition. There's no fat on a B-52 song, right? There's no fat on it at all. It's just, they're the tightest compositions That's what made them so amazing. Okay. Classic. Yours is No Disgrace, right? Opening Gambit. I can think of no other better tight rock and roll song. Their lyrics are crazy, but great song.
It's Mr. Squire's Rickenbaugh bass that just draws you in.
Just draws you in. This will be a surprise to a lot of people, and that is the title track and of the song working together. Which, if this is probably, I think it's one of the best unknown Tina Turner, Icon Tina Turner songs that they ever did. It's just it's 60s and it's upbeat. It's very positive, and it's basically, you know, let's work together. I mean, what a horrible guy he was, you know, beating her up and shit, you know. But damn. I mean, the lyrics. Go on.
What's the album called again, Michael?
Working Together.
Working Together. I've got to get that.
I promise you, when you hear the song, it will give you goosebumps. It is one of the. It's not a sweet song. I mean, it's just a classic Tina Turner song that I wish it had been more successful.
I preferred that era to
Me too.
80s stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, I agree. Barn Burner.
Oh yes.
Silicone Grown. You know, wait a minute, honey. I don't think the joke's too funny. I stayed up all night reading up the doctor's guide. You know, it's just, and you know, you get this with it, right? You get this. You know.
Terry Gilliam.
Hello. Just a great record. Comes with a poster and everything. It's all intact.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a disturbing album cover, though, isn't it?
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Got a great insight.
I've got that myself.
It's a great record. You know, Rod Stewart. You know, he panned the record after it was released. What an asshole. You know, great record. I mean, they only had a few records, you know, until he went on a solo career. This one is fantastic. Okay, almost done. Not really. Gimme Shelter. Okay, can we not agree? Wherever you are, if it's playing in a grocery store, Tesco, what have you, or in an elevator, in the hospital waiting room, because that's where you hear music like this these days. Gimme Shelter, right? Just an amazing opening track.
It's
now called the right sort of thing for a hospital waiting room.
When you're picking up your car at the garage.
Yeah.
Gimme Shelter. And I love the cover, right? From the moment it came out, I was like, wow, you know, how did they do that? You know
who baked that cake, don't you?
No, I don't.
Jane Asher.
No, probably the people in the UK will probably know. It's Delia Smith.
Delia Smith, yeah.
Yeah.
Not Jane Asher.
Yeah. Not Jane Asher, right?
No.
Delia Smith.
Yeah.
You know, beautiful, tasty cake next to a bicycle wheel. You know, like who wants to eat that cake when it's touched that bicycle wheel? You know, that's what I always thought. But I love the decorations. I mean, it's just the art direction for this is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah,
it's so good, and such a great song. Okay, almost done. On the Air.
Oh,
right. Okay, has an opening track. Just fantastic rockin' song. On the Air. 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 And that's basically what the lyrics are, right? On the Air. Okay. From my country, and probably never shown on this channel before, is Janis Joplin. Yeah. Move Over. And she wrote the song. It's the tightest composition. Oh, I want to just show you guys something funny here. Hold on a second. Look at the blue carpet, right? Look at the blue background, okay? And look, it's like probably the same studio, like like they had a chair from a secondhand shop, and then Delaney and Bonnie, same one, same different chair. Same See that's art direction in the early 70s for you, So anyhow, she wrote the song "Move Over," a posthumous record, just our best, our American best, right there. Probably. One of yours, and a controversial song as an opening gambit. One from column A, one from column B. Chinese Restaurant, Hong Kong Garden. I thought it was something funny, like they said that this was a racist song, and I thought, in every country there's a Chinese restaurant named Hong Kong Garden. And I thought that was what the song was about. It was a tribute to the names of Chinese restaurants. But it is true. The lyrics are a little bit not PC. However, if you read about it, it was a punk song, and it was meant to be disturbing. The lyrics were meant to be disturbing as a punk song, and that's why it's okay. And man, what a construction of a song! It's the best song on the record. I don't think every other. I mean, it's a very hard record.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to give them some credit, really, because they were just learning their trade. Them,
yeah,
exactly. And you think how they developed, and I don't think it's racist at all. I just I just never understood that. As you say, it's the name of a Chinese restaurant.
All it
any
is.
town.
Yes. Honey, let's call up and get some Chinese food at Hong Kong Garden. Okay, honey, what do you want? I don't know. I want fried rice. I'd like some spare ribs and some wonton soup. Okay. I'm going to make this my last one. And I have two others that I'm not going to show. I'm going to hold back. Murray Head. And the song is Say It Ain't So. And one of an American critic, Robert Christgau, who wrote for Rolling Stone.
Oh, I don't know him.
I know. He's so nasty. He's so nasty. Listen to what he wrote. Say It Ain't So, 1976. If mindless pap is your thing, this sure beats Eric Carmen. It's even slightly psychedelic and includes not a single Rachmaninoff cop. Hit single, Say It Ain't So, Joe. I love this song. I've always loved it. And it took me 40 years to turn around and buy this record. I got it this week. I didn't even know the other tracks on the record. They're not as good. It's going to take a while for it to grow. I know that there is good stuff on this record, but his voice, his range, that's me. I'm like Mike. I love singers. And if a man can go that high with his voice, he's got me. He's got me from get-go, because it's a force of nature, right? Any man who can hit as high has this guy in his vocal range. It's just amazing. And it's a great song, and that's it. Oh, last one before I go. Because it's a great opening gambit, and nobody ever talks about this one here. Peaches on Regalia.
Oh, I love that. That is brilliant.
Zappa, right? It's just brilliant. And I saw something in here. They went to your country. There he is in London Town. That's him in London Town, where the mothers went to London. And Peaches on Regalia. Just a great opening gambit, all instrumental. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have all heard this, right?
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
How about you, Jason?
No, I've never heard anything of Frank Zappa.
Well, I think you might like the song "Peaches on Regalia."
Yeah, okay.
I've heard it.
And
I've heard that one. Weasels Rip My Flesh. Freak Out. Yeah, Freak Out, and We're Only in It for the Money. And I just don't get Zappa. I just don't get him.
I think he's fine. The only thing I'd say is that if you start listening to Frank Zappa, you need to be warned that it could be a gateway to jazz.
Oh right, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yes,
their
I
earliest
quite
records.
agree. I quite agree.
Their first record was a double album. Their first.
Well, mate.
Oh, thank you.
That's all, Michael.
Yeah, going back to Robert Christgau, he once wrote about the debut album of Yes, saying that this band will come to nothing.
He only likes punk. I mean, if you look at his reviews, and you go to like Blondie, it's like he gives each one of her records, a B plus to an A minus to an A, right? And he's still anything else that didn't play at New York at CBGB's, he doesn't open up to at all. So
yeah, I think he's just
very tough critic.
scathing about Uriah Heep and.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when I do my the battles and he's with the critics, I always slate him. And I don't care. I think he's terrible. Anyway, we've had some really.
He's mean.
It's horrible. Well, we've had some
Can I just?
Yes.
Is it Murray Head you did? Was it One Night in Bangkok?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that song at all.
That was quite different, quite quirky as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Murray Head was also on Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
With, Ian Gillan and I love that version with Ian Gillan playing Jesus Christ. It's absolutely fantastic.
I think Roger Daltrey covered "Say It Ain't So, Joe," and I think he probably got more success with the song than Murray Head. But he sounded exactly like Murray Head.
Gimme Shelter. You could get rid of Jagger's voice, and I could listen to that lady backing singer all day. She's fabulous.
Mary Clayton, yeah.
Mary Clayton.
I've tried to find other stuff for her. She recorded some solo stuff, but all those background singers, of color, they ended up going to the studio and did like straight rock and roll songs, and they don't really come off very well. But somehow, when they were backup singers, they just absolutely shined.
Oh, she's fabulous. Bloody fabulous.
I mean, I saw it was on Sympathy for the Devil. The backing vocals on that are terrific.
Yeah. You saw that Jean-Luc Godard film about them filming, and they're all getting together in the studio in a circle, them and all their friends doing the backup for Sympathy for the Devil. It's really marvelous.
It was what record making was about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we need some backing vocals. Oh, let's get everybody in. They are going to stand on the mat and go, woo, woo.
It works though.
Yeah, none of this AI nonsense. Let's get a lot of people in and do it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of careers started that way.
Oh yeah,
as backing singers.
Yeah.
And then there were some bands that were a great singers backing band and went off to make their own albums, and that's of course the Eagles. It was in the Ronstadt's backing band.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to hand over now to Dave.
Okay.
Here we go.
Because,
we've all been waiting.
Right.
For.
As
I'm getting bricks now.
on our hollybobs. We're on half term. We've got some homework, haven't we, chaps?
Yeah.
Oh yes, indeed.
Yes.
And I'm Simon, and hopefully Simon's watching in the wings.
Oh God.
So here we go. This is where we find out what we're going to listen to for the next 2 weeks.
Well, first of all,
if anybody selected the Twinnies album, I'm going to punch them.
Yeah, this could all end in tears, couldn't it?
Yeah. There he is. He's here.
He's here.
Hey. Hi, Simon.
We need to know if Jimmy or Stevie is in chat.
Speak now, forever hold your peace.
And I would imagine they would have said something by now. So, right. I need to go to this, and I need to share, and right. We've got two wheels, and the easiest way to do it is who is going to be listening to what. So we'll choose whoever is being listened to first. So Stevie's not here. He goes. And Jimmy's not here. He goes. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. So
Excellent.
Oh.
Here we go.
My final spiral.
All right.
So
Okay.
I'm going to remove you from that wheel, so you can't get picked again. Now,
Bernard Manning, please.
Yeah. Bloody will be, won't it? Yeah.
Right. So
I wondered how you was going to do this. Yeah.
Yeah. I now need to go in here and go 1, 2, 3. That's Stevie stuff is gone. And 1, 2, 3. Jimmy stuff is gone.
The wonder of software.
Yeah.
So we'll give them a quick shuffle and then right. Now, if you have already listened to and know the album, say so, because we can always spin again. Okay?
Oh, I say, very backwards music.
Put my glasses on.
Yeah, I can go with that. It's, I sort of know Bloodwind Pig.
You will be. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Good or bad, I can't wait.
I've heard of them, but I'm buggered if I know what they sing.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Mike's homework. So we go back to this. And hopefully we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. So
oh dear.
who's next?
Oh, it's me.
Hey.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, right.
What
So
am I going to have to listen to?
Demis Roussos.
We know it won't be Brilliant or Slade.
Peters and Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
What is it?
Hey.
Who is that? Who is that?
He's a English record producer, does dance music, and Ian doesn't generally like dance music all that much.
Good show. Good
But,
show.
but I think he will be pleasantly surprised by this. At least I hope so.
Was that one of yours, Jason? Evidently, right?
yeah.
Anything particularly I've got to listen to?
So I like the Strange Cargo albums.
Strange Cargo. Okay.
Yeah, probably
this-
the one I know is number 2, Strange Cargo 2.
Will the complete list be available afterwards? 'Cause I ain't got a pen and paper with me.
Yeah. Yeah, we can. I'll type it out and send it to Ian, and he can email it.
If we've got all this listed though, surely we can do this more than once.
What do you mean?
Or are you gonna pick everything?
No. This is a one-off.
Yeah.
This is a one-off.
Okay, fair enough.
Some things will be left on the cutting room floor.
Yes.
Oh my, JNS, who's that?
JNS, Jason, not suitable.
Yep.
Good luck, my
Okay.
friend. Good luck.
Yes.
Godspeed.
So we share this one.
Nana Muscuri.
Start chewing my fingernails now.
Yeah.
Oh, very fitting.
Well, I
Yes.
do know some Gary Newman. So
Now we're
Um,
bloody talking.
I mean, have you got a particular one? Because I
Blodwyn
do know,
pig my ass.
I have got the Pleasure Principle on record, so I do know that one. It's up to you, or I can or do something else. I don't mind. It's up to
Any
you.
of his stuff. Any album.
Anything but the one you've got. There you go.
Do the one I've got.
Anyone but the one you've got.
Oh, see, right, yeah, okay, yeah, all right, okay. Anyway, Gary Newman.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? I forgot I put him up.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I can do that. I'm quite happy to listen to him.
Who's coming next?
So,
Here we go.
here we go.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Right.
Yeah, it's going to be Genesis, isn't it?
I can see a bleeding Stewart inquiry coming up.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
I ain't got my glasses on, so I can't see. Who?
Oh,
Virgin
yes, the Virgin
Marys.
Marys. Yeah, definitely
Who
listen to
the-
them.
In hell are they?
They're an English rock band from Macclesfield. Only been going for about 14 years, but they're bloody brilliant. They're the ones I got the stick of rock from.
All right.
Any album you like, mate. Any album you like.
Are they a
Doesn't really matter.
popular beat combo?
They're not that well known, no. Right? They are. They're on their own. They're on their own label. They were on a label for a little while. They've toured with Slash. Oh crikey! All sorts of. They're touring with Ugly Kid Joe. I'm going to see them Saturday. I think they've toured with Skunk Nancy, Television, all that sort of thing. So very very Brit rock. Do you like Led Zeppelin at all?
The odd song.
Right, you might like them then. You might like them then. But yeah, any album you like. Right?
You know,
they've gone from the only thing is they've gone from a 3-piece to being a 2-piece now. So their later stuff doesn't have any bass guitar on it, which is weird. But it works.
You know, it's okay to come back from this little exercise and say, I fucking hated it.
Yeah. Well, if you do, you do. You know, it's like it's fair enough. We're not all going to like the same thing, are we?
No.
So we just got Michael, Simon, and Dave left on the wheel.
It's got to be Michael.
It's gonna be
Okay.
Michael.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm ready to let Marillion into my heart.
You might get something else. You never know.
I might get slayed.
Let's have a look. Oh, dear.
Okay. Who provided that? Who's MMD?
Me, Mastermind Dave.
Okay. Nightwish, End of an Era, Dark. Is that the name of? Is that
It's the
one
3
record?
albums. No, it's 3 albums.
Jesus Christ.
Each one has a different lead singer.
Okay.
Oh, funny.
End of an Era is Tarja Turunen. Dark Passion Play is Annette Olsen, and Human Nature 2 is Floor Jansen.
Welcome to the world of power metal.
Yeah, they're all singers, Michael. They're all brilliant singers.
I shall distribute each record to my staff. We shall have a meeting in the morning, and we'll come together with an action plan and execute immediately.
Excellent. Oh, right. Okay. So
dear.
it's either Simon or me.
Okay.
And it's Simon.
Right.
Here we are, Simon. Here we go.
Dear.
Platoon.
Dumpy's Rusty Nuts.
Yeah,
Dirty
boy.
Right.
Oh! Well, you love this stuff.
Oh,
I love this. You love this, Simon.
They are bloody fantastic.
They
There
are,
you
aren't
go.
they? Yeah,
Royale.
yeah. Austerity Dogs. That's the one you want to listen to.
Austerity Dogs.
Is that
Yeah.
the one with kebab spiders on it?
No, I don't think it's on that one. I'm not sure actually. So it was there. It's just anyway. I'll let you know in a bit. Yeah.
So just spin this wheel, Dave. You've just
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God,
So
what if I? It's me. So what if I let myself in
You're-
for?
Okay.
You're bloody
okay.
for it now, I'll tell you.
Yeah, because look at all these bloody selections.
I would take all yours out. Take all the ones you've put in out.
They are out.
No, they're not. The bookshop, I can see the bookshop bands there and 2 cellos.
Oh, there they are. There, yeah.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
Yes,
And I've got the lousy eyesight as well. Right.
Okay, so I'll give this a spin. Oh,
Whoa.
snuck into that one. Right, Cats and Jammer. Any particular one?
No, there's some really good concerts on YouTube.
Okay.
Just because it's got all most of these concerts have got their hits on. They're a Norwegian band who are multi-instrumentalists. They're 4 young ladies who met at school, music school, and they create some hell of a music.
All right, that should be fun.
To rock, to 40 style, it's just they're just incredible. But
Right.
there's your homework, chaps.
What did we
we're
give
only
Nick?
getting one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
enough.
because you've got 2 or 3 or 4 albums. As
Yeah,
many
Mike, you got off pretty easy there. So I will tell you that they only had 2 records. So if you absolutely don't, I'll leave it at that.
Right. No, that's fine.
This strange
So what was
cargo on there.
What was the Bloodwind Pig album again? What was it called?
Head Rings Out.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
With the pig on it, with the joint in his mouth.
Yeah. I know the album cover. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're from Wales, aren't they?
What's that?
They're from Wales, aren't they?
I
They're Welsh
so.
band.
They might be, because the way there's a talking segment on one of the songs, and you can barely understand what he's saying. Maybe. Hold on. You're asking me to tell you if they're a Welsh band. Christ, I don't know.
British blues rock, founded by Mick Abrahams after he left Jethro Tull, Jack Lancaster, Andy Pyle, Ron Berg.
I think you'll like them, Mike.
I do too.
I think I probably will. It's my sort of era, my teenage years. Yeah. So
I think
it's
it'll be
about
pleasantly
to pass me
surprised.
by.
Yeah, Strange Cargo though, it's well out of my comfort zone. The only album I've got that William Orbit's done is Madonna's Ray of Light.
Yeah.
And that's as far as
It's quite different.
Oh dear.
Quite different.
But I shall give my honest and opinion view like I do when I
Yeah,
do.
no, that's all right. If you think it's the drizzling whatnots, then fair enough.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea, you know. I mean, it's absolutely.
Well, I mean, if it works out, we could do it all again in a few months, couldn't we?
Well,
yeah. I think it's a lot of fun to do this. I think.
I was surprised actually that 2 of mine got picked. I thought, I'll get 1 picked and that'll be it, But I was surprised.
Yeah, as Simon says, we'll do it all again. Don't worry. We might do it towards Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There
That'd
you
be
go.
a good time, actually,
Pick-
wouldn't it?
Lodwin
Yeah.
is like Jethro Tull if Anderson hadn't taken over.
I kind of I kind of get it with Bloodwind Pig. I think it'll be all right. I think I've got off lightly.
Yeah, you have.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
I must confess I'm not too optimistic about Nick listening to the Virgin Marys. I'm not sure it's going to be his cup of tea at all.
Well,
Well,
that's
this is why it's called Down the Rabbit Hole.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I would say probably listen to the first album, King of Conflict.
How many albums did they do?
They've done 4, I think. So you got they've done a bunch of EPs, but you got King of Conflict, Divides, the Northern Sessions, and you can't listen to the new one because it's not out yet. So
YouTube is probably the best place to find these records quickly and play the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
they are
Period.
on Spotify.
Simon.
They're
on
on
Spotify as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Spotify,
Don't
Amazon
spend any
Music.
money, people. Do not spend a
Yeah,
dime.
it's actually
This is also part of your homework. You've got to find it.
yeah. It's also a bit interesting because they've actually got behind the scenes thing that they've never been released as official records, but they got they break down track by track on the first 2 albums, which I think is quite interesting.
Great.
So I'd better not listen to them tomorrow morning then when I'm tanking it up the M6 in the lorry.
No,
Not unless you want to be unless you
might
want
be
to
an
be doing all
accident.
that going down the road.
Yeah.
If I'd have
Yeah.
had Bloodwind Pig, I'd have had to put it back.
Anyway, Simon, Austerity Dogs is definitely on YouTube. So there you
There
go.
we go. Excellent.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's that time of the night.
Oh, before we do,
Yes.
I told Nick earlier on that I'd found an album that I thought was up his street. You know, I just want to show that. So a while ago, Nick said to me that if you want to get into ska and skinhead reggae, that the original albums and singles will cost you an arm and a leg, and you should go for the comps, and there are loads out there. And I saw this one in second-hand shop, Relics Records in Leeds, and it's this one, Nick.
Ooh,
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, James Bond and other film soundtracks. So there's a lot of Scatterlights on here, and Guns N' Navarone is on, which really sold it for me.
beauty. Is that a reissue or an original?
Yeah. So we've got Jackie Mittu and the Soul Brothers with James Bond, and then Scatterlights, Dick Tracy, Soul Brothers, James Bond Girl, Scatterlights again, Guns N' Navarone.
Yeah,
And Roland Alfonso, the Studio One Orchestra.
Rolando Alfonso did a brilliant track called Phoenix City,
Yeah,
which is well worth a listen.
yeah. It's a double album, but each side only lasts about 12 minutes, I think. So and mate, I found something else. I found something else in charity shop.
Oh,
It's very low mileage. It's got
here we go.
full service and MOT, mate, and I've given it a test drive, and it plays fine, and
Yeah.
be on its way to you.
Oh,
When I can be asked. Yeah. So I just had to pick it up, mate. So what that make it 23? Will it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you told me it was 22 at the latest count. So it's on Beggars Banquet on the Red list. That means anything to you.
Just interesting, Nick. Are yours all different, or are they duplicates of exactly the same release?
Some are duplicates, some are different.
Yeah. I know you got different covers, haven't you, on some of them? I think.
Yeah,
yeah. I've got most of it's British. I've got one Portuguese, 2 American.
Yeah, I like that Japanese.
And a Japanese, yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be on its way to you to the next Vinyl Butty Motor Museum.
Actually, that's a question. With my bit of homework I've got to do, is it purely Gary Newman solo stuff, or can it be the Tubeway Army?
Well, Tubeway Army, they only did two albums, didn't they?
Yeah.
Gary
solo.
Yeah.
Gary solo. Okay.
Which is the one you've got?
I've got the Pleasure Principle. That's the only one I've got.
Well,
That's why I asked.
Well, yeah, you got Telecon and Upwards then, haven't you?
Yeah. Okay.
Does anyone have a quick? No one's guessed the lyrics yet. Does anyone have a quick?
I didn't know.
No, mate.
Anyone in the gallery?
No.
I think someone did say actually earlier on.
What?
I think someone in the earlier. They didn't say what it was, but they said they thought they knew it.
Well, you're going to find out what it is in a minute because I'm going to hold it up.
Okay.
So, time for the thumbnail, but the lyrics come from Rather Bananas.
Who?
Oh,
Nazareth.
Nazareth. Yeah.
You don't. There's no marking homework, Simon. It's just turn in a report.
Yeah, turn in your report like your album review.
Oh, we have to before we. Oh, okay.
You put one up, Jason?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was away. What have we got here? Oh, let's pick that because it's the first one I put my hand on.
Oh,
good one. Good one. 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, thank you, chaps. Again, we've had a really good night. Thank you for all your support over the months as we went to 2,000 subs. Without you guys, we wouldn't do this, and it wouldn't be so popular. And thank you for Simon, who sits there most Thursdays just watching what you're doing, monitoring the thing. He does a sterling back. I will be back. I'm coming back on the 9th of September. So the next live stream will be the 12th of September.
12th of September. Thank you.
12th of September. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy my time off.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
So, but I am contactable, chaps, for those that want, you guys, if you want to say.
Yeah, good.
I'm going to be about.
Try not to bother you unless we have to.
No. So,
Iain has all your email addresses, so I'll write out the homework list per se, send it to him, and he can forward it on to you all.
Okay.
Yeah, I can contact you all some way or another. So, yeah, and thank you very much to Mike and Nick suggesting some great ideas for Rocky's Wheel. The super ones on there. I mean, Nick has been rattling his brains all week. He was sitting in his cab thinking, "Oh, I know," and then he just sits like this. So I will see you all in a fortnight on here, and don't forget tomorrow. If you like, yes, we're doing John Anderson's new album tomorrow as a review, so that'll be worth.
I mean, the number of times you've mentioned it, it must be bloody awful.
Anyway, see you all. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your support.
Take care, everyone. See you in a fortnight.
In a fortnight, yeah.
Bye.